5.2 ESDG UX.UI strategy. Stepwise refinement to final solution. Now, the Eligibility Systems Designer Guide, ESDG for short, its UX design strategy, in a nutshell, is stepwise refinement, leveraging one UI design to fine-tune and finer detail onto the next UI model. Kind of like building a house. You first ask the house architect to create a house blueprint for review of the structural and usability elements. Then you ask an interior designer to mock up what the living nuance of the house would be with proper paintwork and furniture. Finally, you build a house, install the room decor, voila! All the customer expectations are fulfilled since you took the due diligence to enable customers to see what was to be built before commencement of the building. Same refinement strategy is leveraged here. Number one, the business hand a UI design project with raw requirements. It is in essence a UI puzzle, asking you as a designer to ascertain which part or effort goes where. Number two, you take this raw requirements and leverage UI design structured methodologies to determine the priorities of the display elements at hand. And number three, to achieve this structured solution, we implement coherent building blocks, that is, specific UX/UI design models to stepwise refine our solution. Now, I must caution those of you who come from application development realm. Your tendency is to immediately start coding to see a physical UI functional prototype for you to later edit and refine. Why do you do that? Because that's all you know, and you are comfortable cranking out a UI solution in that mannerism, since we are being judged on the final deliverable anyway. So why not just start coding, achieve seamless delivery, and check this project off as done? Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, leider, meine Damen und Herren, that would be a foolhardy strategy. Why? Because for small-scale projects like a TLM, you can get away with this mannerism. However, for something really huge like a Your Texas Benefit, YTB, or Contact Center Inquiry, CCI, you would be asking for trouble by coding instead of designing first. Business logic are constantly changing. Mission-critical business logic are dynamically being revealed as we design the project. Not to mention, we have to deal with tribal knowledge, that is, business logic that is nowhere documented on paper and stored only in the mindset of the business associate needed for this UI web app. Thus, falling into this expediency trap, if the client is not satisfied with the physical UI application prototype you created, then it becomes throwaway code. That means, as part of HHS agency, you will now have to explain to senior management why committed hours and computing resources were spent on an effort ultimately deemed insufficient and superfluous. In other words, instead of jumping pell-mell into a solution, the proverb is, simple is best, is what we follow in the UX/UI design realm. Thus, number 4, leveraging and creating specific UX/UI models before a single source code is written is the optimum mannerism at achieving a digital solution that all parties, business, IT alike, will sign off on seamlessly.